Hey, what's up, everyone? It is time for Macallan 30-year-old, the fine oak version. This will be our last review for our regular Macallan range, our little miniature 4 whiskey series. Without further ado, let's pour this baby.
So previously, the 18 and 25 were all sherry oak from Jerez, Spain. This is like the 17, it's fine oak. It's a combination of 3 different types of casks. It's American bourbon, American sherry, European sherry. So immediately, if you look at the color, way lighter than the 18 and 25. Like light, I would say not even light gold, maybe fairly pale, maybe like dark white wine, very light gold. So I immediately see the difference of not having all 100% sherry cask.
Some whiskeys benefit from being open and having all this air in it over time. Other whiskeys, I find that once the whiskey kind of gets halfway through, and then after that, it tends to flatten out a little bit, depending on how long. For some reason, with this whiskey, I just nosed it for just a quick second, and every single time I have this, I tend to enjoy it just a little bit more. So I definitely feel like it benefits with air. It could be that my senses are changing. It could be that too, but that's my opinion on this particular whiskey, that it has gotten better over time.
So going with the nose, 2 things I immediately notice. One, if you handed this to me, there's no way I would know it's a Macallan. It doesn't have any of those typical characteristics of Macallan, where you expect, of course, that it's usually mostly sherry. Second thing, of course, I'm not getting any sherry influence at all. I'm getting very good notes, like light tropical fruits, a little bit of lemon butter, lemon cream, very light polished wood and spice. But to me, this is all bourbon. So if you like good bourbon whiskeys, you'll probably like this one.
Yeah, I could definitely nose that it's a high quality aged whiskey. Can I nose that it's 30 years? Maybe, if you give this to me blindly and say, how old is this whiskey? Maybe I'm not necessarily going to guess 30 years. Maybe I would guess, closer to the 25-year range. But you could definitely smell that it has spent some time in some quality oak. I get creme brulee, lemon dessert, crepes.
I get crazy sweet, like vanilla honey butter. So I'm not getting many fruits, many big bold fruits like the previous 18 or 25 reviews, but I'm getting some really nice lighter dessert flavors like vanilla, honey, and butter. Beautiful.
I get grapefruit and pineapple in there as well.
And I would say that, again, like Narby said, you can definitely get the age out of it, but the complexity, the variety of flavors, and the contrast between the different flavors is nowhere near the 18 or 25, obviously.
Yeah, and in that way is what I mean, that I almost feel like I am not drinking a 30-year-old Macallan. Maybe something like 21 to 25 years. I almost expect, even though it's unique and it's enjoyable on the nose, it's got different flavors. By knowing that this is a $2,000 whiskey, I want more.
Yeah, I definitely say immediately it's overpriced. If that's what you're wondering.
At least on the nose.
Yeah, check out the palate.
It has sweet, yet slightly bitter wood spice. It's got the lemon dessert, grapefruit, banana peel, pineapple, some vanilla. But at least on the first initial sip, where the Macallan 25 was so intense on the palate, and it would ever so slowly release 1% at a time, this one, the 30-year-old Fine Oak, I feel like is releasing 10% at a time, where the flavor, the intensity of the flavor kind of goes away a chunk, and then it goes away a chunk, and it goes away a chunk before it's almost all gone, where the Macallan 25, even 5 minutes later, you almost have those full flavors still on your palate, and that's a sign of some amazing casks and aging of a quality spirit. I don't get quite that from this one, and this one being more expensive than the Macallan 25, again, I find it disappointing comparing quality to price in that sense.
Yeah, so obviously the price, it seems like, is based on age and the growth the price has seen recently. But like Narvi said, to me, you can't even compare the two. Before this, the Macallan 30 was like the 25. It was all sherry oak. Now you're talking. Now you're probably going to have even more age and fuller, better flavors, and it's very dark, like the 25. But now that it's fine oak, to me, you can't even compare the two. They should be on different price scales. But one thing I do, so again, it's overpriced, but one thing I do notice, way more powerful than the nose, the palate, I'm getting these crazy, most amazing, sweetest, delicious lemons. So obviously it's kind of rare, but if you've ever been to Amalfi on the Neapolitan coast of Italy, they're known for these big, massive, beautiful, world-class lemons. And more than anything, that's what I get. So there is a note in here that's amazing, that's otherworldly for me. But besides that, it's just not what I expected, and for the price, it's way too much.
Normally, when we do these whiskey reviews, we might mention the price, but it's not about comparing price and whether it's worth it or not. We're just really into whiskey, and we enjoy doing these reviews. We have fun with it. But with the Macallan range, we really wanted to factor in kind of, is it worth it, is it not? Because people always ask. People always ask, what do you think of Mac 18? What do you think of Mac 25? Is it worth it? Is Macallan 30 better than the 25? Like, what should my next bottle be? What do you guys think we should get as our next bottle? And Macallan is such a big name, people want to know about it. So we thought we would definitely talk about the price more than we do in our other reviews to kind of highlight that fact. And obviously everyone's palate is different. Everyone likes different things. We tend to share very similar opinions, which is why we do these reviews together, and we're kind of into whiskey together, and we collect together. But in terms of scoring this whiskey, I want to give it an 88 out of 100.
And I'm going to give it 1 point higher. I'm going to give it 89 because those crazy, amazing Amalfi lemons, like something that it's hard to find anywhere else in the world that you can get from just buying a whiskey. But besides that, 89, no better.
All right, you guys, that concludes our little miniature 4 review with the 17, the 18, the 25, and the 30. We do have other Macallan bottles that we will be doing from time to time, including some special rare ones. So please subscribe if you enjoy our videos. Please comment. Let us know what you think, good or bad, what you expect, what you want to see more of, less of. And we will see you guys soon. Take care.
Have a good one.